guys, we're here to tell you about a new track that's coming out on Unceasing. We were leading together on the stage with our team and had this moment happen, so we want to tell you a little bit about it.
So it's really centered around Psalm 27, which is interesting. I've been thinking about that psalm a lot, and just the place where David was at in his life, feeling the pressure and the trials, probably more so than he had ever faced in his whole life. And I think that in the middle of, the pressure that he was facing, his cry that came out was, one thing I desire, and this will I seek, that I would dwell in the house of the Lord, and that I would gaze on his beauty. And so I've just been thinking, I want that to be my cry. I want that to be our cry as a church, as a nation. I think it's prophetic right now that we would see the beauty of Jesus, that we'd get encountered by the beauty of Jesus, that we would inquire in his temple, because we need wisdom and discernment more than ever. So that was kind of what I was feeling and what I'm still feeling, and yeah,
so good. And that's where we're going to get the wisdom. That's where we're going to get the discernment and peace. We need peace so bad.
Yeah.
I remember that night we were leaning in. Sometimes many of you may not know what we do, but a lot of what we do is spontaneous, and we're just waiting on the Lord and seeing what happens. We'll sing around a passage of scripture, and sometimes that's planned, sometimes it's not. I think that night we were doing something different, but during worship that theme just kind of snuck in, and we all knew this is Psalm 27, so we started singing around that theme, and I was feeling an ache. I remember feeling an ache just to press in to know God more, that I didn't want to settle for anything less or back down or be complacent, because right now we're being lulled into that complacency if we're not careful, or being overwhelmed and giving up. But there's an invitation for us to lean into that, and that night that happened. I'm just so proud of these guys. I want you guys to hear the music because I think it'll bless you. We're singing the Bible. And on top of that, I'm just so proud of these musicians. It's incredible that you can hear, it's a 20-minute track, and it's just all being created on the fly by the grace of God. It's like that was such a long string of just brand new, fresh, raw stuff, which is cool because the Psalms, that's what the Psalms were. They're titled Tehillim in Hebrew, which is like Tehillah, praise, is overflow of the Spirit. It was David's overflow. And we were overflowing that night. The presence of the Lord touched us, and that was what came out. So I hope you guys will check out the track. Get on Unceasing if you're not on there. There's lots of music coming out on a regular basis, and listen to this and see what the Lord would say to you.